Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I'm aware that I haven't made a video in a long time, but there's been a request that I've been getting notifications on in regards to what my next video should be. And for those of you who care, I'm going to be debunking the myths in terms of vinyl wrap brands and qualities, along with colors, and just doing a whole breakdown for you all between the good China wrap versus the bad China wrap. It seems to be a very popular video on my channel. Alright guys, so let's begin. There's one thing that I want to say first, guys. This color that I have on my 370Z right now. This is a Moonlight Jade color. Moonlight Jade. It has a lot of pearl and a lot of gloss in it. You need to see this in the sunlight and underneath street lights at night, like gas station lighting at night. Man, this color really pops. But yeah, so this color, if you type in Moonlight Jade, you will get other colors like there's another variation of the name called Macaron Jade. I think I'm saying that right. Macaroon Jade, something like that. You'll see one where where you just get gloss mint pearl as another one, and I'm getting down to a main point right now, guys, and that is all of these colors are the same, they just have a different name. And the reason why is because all of the manufacturers that sell China wrap pretty much get it from the same warehouses, the same distributors. So when you go online, you'll go to Aura Vinyl, you go to Aura Vinyl, you go to TinyBot, Vinyl Frog, sellers on AliExpress. All of these sellers are essentially like the same distributors, So therefore, you don't need to really think hard about which company to order from, like which company is better, because they all get it from the same production company, so to speak. And I've done this with a lot of trial and error. I've ordered from all of these different companies, I've ordered from like all of these places and stuff, to do wraps for me, customers, friends and stuff. And like I said, I'm being very honest with you guys, it's all the same material. The backing is always white. The feel of the material is always the same. The tack of the material is always the same. The overall finish of the material is always the same. So yeah, so this is something for you all to know, that all of these China wraps are from the same warehouse. So you don't have to think hard about, oh, where should I order from? Is TinyBot better than Aura Vinyl? Is Vinyl Frog better than Aura or TinyBot? Or how about a seller on AliExpress? And speaking of that, guys, there is a seller that I use on AliExpress. They're called Car Giant Pedicle. That's their name. Car Giant Pedicle, Pedicle. They are the ones that I use because they sell vinyl at clearance prices, and it's exactly the same as if you were to go to all these other places and spend $500, $600, because it's all the same. And I got 59 feet of vinyl to do my 370Z for $250 on a clearance sale price, when you can just find this Moonlight Jade on other places like Vinyl Frog, TinyBot, all that stuff, eBay sellers like Kaka Sinley, like I mentioned in another video. You can get this vinyl, like I said, for cheaper if you just go onto AliExpress and go to Car Giant Pedicle. It's all the same stuff, guys. Like you look at things that like a lot of other rapping or rappers on YouTube use. Paradox 2, he sells his own vinyl, but when really, guys, it's just all the same. It all comes from the same place. Backing is the same. The backing of the vinyl, the paper liner in the back, the tack, the way of how the vinyl works, it's all the same, guys, trust me. So don't stress so much about about where to order it from, because like I said, China companies, as I mentioned in another video, they make really good vinyl. Like this finish, this material is amazing. It's just good stuff now. And speaking of, I am going to be covering why China wrap can be just as good. Now, if there's one thing, guys, is that it's the overall finish. Like it's just amazing, you know? The longevity is amazing. My wife's cars, well, my wife's car, I also wrapped it like in a beautiful like pearl purple, and it's holding up just fine almost a year later. In another video, you saw that her car was like a turquoise blue with gold pearl, and that color lasted amazing with no issues and no fading. So in terms of that, guys, China wrap has come a long way. Now, what I mean by that is that is that this is, however, the China wrap that you want to stay away from. This is the stuff that gets a bad rap. If the backing is this silver chromish backing, this is the bad stuff. Now, I had my car wrapped green temporarily just because I couldn't really find a color like this green, but I didn't like the finish. Now, the reason why I say that China wrap has come a long way is because this is the old stuff right here. This is garbage. Now, the color's beautiful. I don't mind doing it because it was really cheap. Cost me like 150 bucks to get the material. But for a good reason, you'll be paying about 250 to 300 to get a material like this one right here, which is worth it in my opinion. The finish on the gloss looks really good. Versus the bad China wrap that has an issue no matter how good you are. You will always have little air bubbles. As you can see, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you need to stretch it or work this around curves, it's not gonna work well. Because this is the old school cheap China vinyl. You know, this is the bad stuff right here. And like I said, the backing on this is that silver color. But however though, the backing on this stuff is like a gloss white, and my wife, depending on the shade, if you're going like a darker shade like my wife's car, it's purple, I'll show you that in another video. The backing is like a really high quality. It's kind of almost like a gloss black backing, behind the vinyl that the glue is on. And that's a big difference, guys, and this stuff works amazing. It lays on beautifully. The finish is superb. It is top-notch finish. Like I said, I'll show you my wife, and I'll show you the workability of that wrap in my next video, because I need to redo a quarter panel on my wife's car. When we were moving, it got scuffed during the move, so I need to redo the quarter panel. So I will show you the workability of this kind of wrap in my next video. But yeah, so I just wanted to break down for you all that the difference in the companies and why China wrap has come a long way. And this is what I mean by the bad stuff that you want to stay away from. Like I said, the workability of working this cheap wrap around corners and stuff, it's just horrible. So yeah, this silver backing, you want to return it. But really, guys, nobody even really uses this anymore, if I'm being very honest with you. It's very hard to find this kind of poor quality now. That's why you can only find it on clearance prices. But yeah, guys, so in my next video, I'm going to show you all, the workability of how good China wrap has gotten, and why you don't need to spend an arm and a leg ordering from expensive companies when you can get amazing results with great longevity and stuff that'll last. Alright guys, hope you all have a good day. Stay tuned for my next video where I actually use the good China wrap. Alright guys, see you next time. Peace.